त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माता जी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
Welcome, everybody, to the start of week 3 of our 21-day Sahaja Yoga meditation course. And today is the first day of week 3. And the focus this week is going to be applying Sahaja Yoga meditation to our daily life, whatever that may be. We might be a student, we might be retired, we might be anything in between, we might be a small child. But everything that we've been doing over the past 2 weeks is really geared to allow us to experience meditation and then take that experience into daily life. So we always come back to the basics, probably learned some techniques along the way. We've enjoyed some beautiful music and heard about the experiences of people who have been doing this for quite some time. But whether we've been doing this for a day, a week, a month, a year, or 10 years, really it is all about the basics. And tonight we're going to explore that again, and we're going to be looking at how you can have meditation at home. It's wonderful to be doing it together like this, but it's also important to be able to do meditation, enjoy meditation, whenever and wherever you may be. And so my co-host for tonight is Rachel. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Richard. Good evening. Hi, everyone, wherever you are in the world, whether it's morning, evening, or sometime in between.
Indeed, yes. Rachel, how have you been enjoying this course that we've been presenting along with so many other people over the past 2 weeks?
Oh, well, it's been such a joy to be a participant and to be watching. I've been on screen a couple of times, but every other night I'm joining in and watching and meditating and enjoying the tremendous vibrations that are there and that get generated when we come together with our attention and the same intent to rise above all of the gunk of life and to experience the bliss. So it's indeed been very blissful, and it's been a beautiful experience that I'm finding is keeping with me every day. You know, it's keeping me feeling really vibrant and buoyant. Yeah.
That's so true. And again, whether we've been doing this for a long time or maybe just starting out, it's always about, as Rachel says, the sort of those basic things in life and what a fundamental shift can take place by doing this meditation regularly, whether that's together like this, online, whether that's, ideally all together in a room somewhere, or whether that's just in a nice quiet corner somewhere at home. So let's bring in tonight's presenter, or presenters, I should say, Maxine and Heather. Hi, Maxine. Hi, Heather.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
So those of you who've been following us and joining us over the past week or two may remember that exactly 1 week ago, Heather, who's there in the red top, was presenting a wonderful session on the bottom chakra and the importance of that bottom chakra and how important it is for us to be connected to the earth, to be grounded, in order for this Kundalini energy to have a solid base from which to rise up and to enable us to achieve our self-realization, to go into thoughtless awareness and into that state of meditation. Maxine is joining us for the first time today. And in fact, when this 21 days started a couple of weeks ago, Maxine was in the final stages of a massive road trip, probably the road trip to end road trips, which was to circumnavigate Australia. Maxine started off about 6 or 7 months ago from Perth in Western Australia and basically drove north and then kept going and followed Australia all the way around, pretty much following the coast the whole way, and then only returned just about a week and a bit ago. So big welcome to you, Maxine. And tonight you're going to be showing us, with Heather's assistance, just how easy it is to have a meditation at home and what sort of things you can do to help you to do that. But before we go into that, can you just tell us a little bit about how you started in Sahaja Yoga and bring us up to your recent experience with the trip around this great brown land of ours?
Okay, certainly. Greetings to everybody. Yes, I have had an absolutely wonderful trip around Australia recently. But first of all, I suppose I should explain how I got to Sahaj. I was a seeker. I didn't know what seekers were, of course, but I was a seeker for many years. I discovered before I found my way through various measures to Sahaja Yoga. Looking back, I often laugh actually because I was thinking so much and doing so many other things when I first found Sahaja Yoga that people really didn't think I was going to end up hanging around. So here I am 27 or so years later, and I'm still here, and so it took me a while to become really established and to really understand what Sahaja Yoga was about. And partly that was because I really didn't want to get the untruth. I was so desperately seeking for the truth that my mind was really checking in and saying, could this possibly be the truth? Could this possibly be the truth? Is this the truth? And then eventually I was able to turn that around and my mum was able to say, yes, this is the truth. And yes, I guess eventually your ego just comes down enough and you've cleared your chakras enough that it really does settle in upon you. There was just something from those first days that even though I'm bored silly because I was thinking all the time through the meditation, there was something that made me keep coming back and giving it another try. It was just a very subtle thing with me, and I envy those people who came to Sahaja Yoga and just knew it straight away. On the other hand, there are a lot of people like me who were a little bit slower coming, but slow and steady, I guess, is the way to go.
That's fantastic. And Maxine, just tell us, all those months on the road, what sort of stands out? What was there? I know you don't want to be asked about highlights because, as we talked about before, you said the whole thing was a highlight. But any particular experience that you think will stay with you for forever?
Well, as you say, there were just so many highlights. I mean, one of the most amazing highlights that will stay with me forever was that the collective came with me. It was just such an amazing send-off that I was given when I left. That was turned into a really joyful occasion when everyone painted my car with all these Sahaja vibrations and symbols and thoughts. And I still have most of those amazing thoughts on my car, and that was people were able to see it and say, what's this about? And it was, I feel the magnificent experiences I had were because the collective came with me and their vibrations were with me. I guess their attention was there as they were saying, I wonder where Maxine is now.
So you were alone in the car, but you were never alone.
I was never alone. I had Srimati in the seat next to me, actually. And so we had many conversations along the way. Yes, I was hoping that she was enjoying this trip around Sri Ganesha.
Yes, yeah, this land of Sri Ganesha, as you say. And you also mentioned that everywhere you went, people seemed to be drawn to you and wanted to find out more about Sahaja Yoga meditation.
Well, nowhere near as much as I would have liked, but I guess what I did discover early on in the trip, that trying didn't work. And when I just surrendered and left it up to Mother, people did just turn up. And I have many amazing stories of the people that just turned up next to me, asked questions. And often it was at a surprising time in their life when they really needed it. So Mother is with a lot of people. And I guess if they've got the desire and there's someone around that is going to be able to help them to acquire that desire, it's just a thing the divine does.
Indeed. Okay, well, 7 months on the road, we could talk about that for a long time, but tonight you're going to be showing us just how easy it is to set up a little corner in your house, wherever you happen to be, and have a morning meditation. So we'll just hand over to you now, and you can, with Heather's help, demonstrate how that's done, and then you're going to be taking us through a simple guided meditation, and then we're going to be seeing some excerpts from some talks by the founder of Sahaja Yoga, Srimati. So over to Maxine and Heather.
Thanks, Richard. Yes, to me it is so important to actually keep it simple when we first start meditation. We learn all these different techniques and so many different things to do, but these are the tools that we have in our toolbox, and we don't need to get too caught up about doing them all the time, because basically once the Kundalini is awakened, it will come up and just do a lot of it for us. So today we're going to go through this meditation as I and Heather would generally do ourselves in the morning. The other thing I'd like to say first perhaps is that even if you haven't got time to sit and have a meditation, even if you really don't think that you're going to have time to have a meditation, at least raise your kundalini and put a bandhan on before you go out the door. That doesn't take very long, but it keeps it moving. So please at least do that, even if you're not going to meditate by yourself for 5 minutes or so. But it's really important to have an area for your meditation, somewhere where you can, just like if we're studying, it's good to have a desk where you set up and you have your pens and your paper and so on there. So if you can find a spot, even if it's just sitting next to your bed with a little table, somewhere where you can make that your place of peace, that's a very important thing to do. We like to, you can see there, have a photograph of Sri Mataji because it does emit a vibration. If you're sitting outside on the Mother Earth and you've got all of the elements around you, a photograph is not so necessary. We've got it all there. But when we're inside, it's really nice and has proven itself many times to be something that helps us to get into meditation. As you can see, what Heather's doing at the moment, we light the candle and we like to just wipe or wash the photograph with, I usually use a little bit of rose water on my cloth. And it just helps to make sure there's no disturbance in between Mother and I, just no dust, no negative energy. And it's also a sign of respect. The longer you do this meditation, the more you get into meditation and ask for, as I did for a long time, ask for the truth, ask to understand Sahaja Yoga and to understand who Sri Mataji is, the more you will get from your meditation. If you can, at least in these early stages of meditation, show respect to the photograph, wipe it with respect, and always just remember that Sri Mataji, in her many, many years of working on our behalf, she didn't do any of it for herself, she did it for us. She is a gift to humanity. So we've lit the candle, we've washed the photograph, and another thing that we like to do is to offer just a few flowers in the morning, just as an offering to the divine, that we understand that whatever we offer to the divine bounces straight back and makes us feel great. So sometimes after offering the flower, we also, it depends whether you like incense, but incense is another, just another point that we can have to just help us to drift into meditation. And the thing is, another thing I always point out to people, I guess, is you can't try to meditate. People have tried to meditate in many different ways for hundreds of years, but until you actually are in meditation, trying is never going to do it. You have to just allow it. Trying is very mental. We need to allow ourselves to go into meditation. So it's really very simple. It's just a bit like breathing, really. We don't have to think about breathing. It's just something that happens automatically. And when we allow it, the same happens with meditation. So having offered the flowers, we are now in that mood. We've settled ourselves to meditate. And this spirit of ours, this beautiful divine energy that is within us, this is myself. And so we need to give it some love. And as Mother says, be benevolent towards yourself. Don't beat up on yourself. Don't even think about whether there's time or not time. Just have that time for yourself to really connect. Just connect this self within us to the divine energy within. So we're ready to meditate now. Heather put her head down on the ground just for a moment then, which is something I would often do also. It really just helps to settle our ego and our thoughts. If we just put our head down for a moment and just ask the divine, this wonderful Mother Earth, to take away any thoughts that are bothering our mind and keeping us from really becoming thoughtless. Everything is something that we do when we are our own gurus. So we do what is comfortable for us, and we do what works for us, because this is a connection that we have individually. So it's not about what we say, it's about what we become able to experience. So having got to this stage, normally I would balance the left side for a moment or two and then balance the right side. So we just put our right hand down towards the Mother Earth. Try and take our attention above our head. So we're already getting out of the mind a little bit. So taking attention above the head. Good if you can close your eyes while you're meditating, because it just also helps us to go within. And just ask, say, just that simple phrase is all we need to use. Please take me, please balance my left side and bring me into the center. Please balance my left side and bring me into the center. And just allow yourself to settle just for 30 seconds or so until you feel that any thoughts from the past have disappeared. All those thoughts come from the left side. Please balance my left side and bring me into the center. If we can feel that quietness in our mind now, we can take our right hand back onto our lap, and we'll balance the right side by taking our left hand up. And the same thing, just requesting our divine energy to balance our right side and bring us into the center. The right side is the one that's there saying, what am I going to do after? What are you having for breakfast? Do I have to drop the kids off at school? So just let all of that go. Just say, please bring me into the center. Allow all those thoughts of the coming day to disappear. Now we can just put that hand down onto our lap. And there are many techniques that you can use to help you to become thoughtless. But if you are already thoughtless, you don't need to do any of these things. Sri Mataji has often said, in the morning, all you need to do is raise your kundalini and put your bandana on and go into meditation. The kundalini will clear your right side, clear your left side, and as it rises up to all the energy centers, it will also be clearing those for you. So we'll just have a few minutes of quiet, slightly guided meditation as we allow ourselves to settle into meditation. We can just say to Mother Kundalini energy, please take me into meditation. Please take away my thoughts. Take me into meditation. And that Kundalini is going to be rising up gradually through all of your energy centers, awakening all these qualities within you, the qualities of innocence, quality of pure knowledge and creativity, quality of peace, satisfaction and generosity. The qualities in the heart of courage and compassion. The quality in the Shuddhi, being able to be detached, of witnessing, of sweetness of communication. the quality of forgiveness. That we forgive everyone and forgive ourselves. And just allow ourselves to be thoughtless, connected to the divine, all-pervading consciousness. We can just maintain this meditation now, or we listen to a short talk from Srimataji from many years ago, where she is actually basically just keeping us in meditation. Following that, we have a
respect yourself, respect. May God bless you. There's nothing more important to me than to see you rise to that level of understanding of your own values and worth and discretion. You have to become sweet, nice people, but very, very powerful, that you can control yourself, your tongues and your things, your control, complete control of yourself. May God bless you again. Please meditate. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Just close your eyes. Put your both the hands towards me. Thank you. Put your attention onto Sahasrara. Just your attention onto Sahasrara. You are in my Sahasrara, all of you, just now. Put your attention to your Sahasrara. There's no thought, nothing. Just put your attention to it. And just rise up to that point. There's no drama about it. There's nothing artificial. It's actualization. All weaknesses are to be left behind. Let's be strong people, or strong values. with dignity and sobriety. Silence, absolute inner silence. And one need not talk too much to jabber, to talk frivolously is not your way. Feel it in your heart, your own dignity. Your own glory. The serenity of behavior. Nirvana should come. This one is the one. You just read it in English language. I don't need to just. When you have got your nirvana, what happens to you? It says that.
Home. I'm neither the mind, intelligence, ego, nor chitta, neither the ears nor the tongue, nor the senses of smell and sight, neither ether nor air, nor fire, nor water, nor earth. I am eternal bliss and awareness. I'm Shiva, I'm Shiva. I'm neither the prana, nor the 5 vital breaths, neither the 7 elements of the body, nor its 5 seats, nor hands, nor feet, nor tongue, nor other organs of action. I'm eternal bliss and awareness. I'm Shiva, I'm Shiva. Neither greed nor delusion, loathing nor liking have I. Nothing of pride or ego, of dharma or liberation, neither desire of the mind, nor object for its desiring. I'm eternal bliss and awareness. I'm Shiva, I'm Shiva. Nothing of pleasure and pain, of virtue and vice do I know, or mantra of sacred place, of Vedas or sacrifice. Neither I am the eater, the food, nor the act of eating. I am eternal bliss and awareness. I'm Shiva, I'm Shiva. Death or fear I have known, nor any distinction of caste, neither father nor mother, nor even a bird have I, neither friend nor comrade, neither disciple nor guru. I'm eternal bliss and awareness. I'm Shiva, I'm Shiva. I have no form or fancy. The all-pervading I am. Everywhere I exist. And yet, I'm beyond the senses. Neither salvation have, nor anything to be known. I'm eternal bliss and awareness. I'm Shiva, I'm Shiva.
That's what you are. You are eternal bliss and awareness, the consciousness, the pure consciousness. I think this must be, everybody must remember by heart and must say in all the ashrams. That's a very good way of remembering what you are. May God bless you.
That wonderful. It should come on again.
So now we're going to, thank you so much, Maxine. That was absolutely wonderful. And Heather. We're now going to go to a silent meditation for a few minutes, and then we'll come back and we'll maybe talk a little bit about what we've just witnessed, and then continue on from there. So we're just going to bring up a photograph of Srimataji. As Maxine was saying in the beginning, this can really help us with our meditation. So let's just continue for a few minutes in silence and keeping our attention here above our head and becoming comfortable with the silence, the thoughtless awareness. Well, I'm almost reluctant to say anything at all, but it seems we're all really feeling that silence, and pretty much everything we do is to help us to achieve this silence. And listening to Srimataji's talk there, and then listening to that reading of a very ancient poem, all these things can help, but ultimately it's about being in this state. Maxine, that reading that we just heard, can you tell us a little bit about that and why you chose that for today?
You might need to unmute, Maxine.
You'll just have to unmute yourself, Maxine. Meanwhile, looks like we're destined to continue with our silent meditation.
That was really
Maxine
powerful.
may be having some problems there with her mute button on the Zoom, but that's perfectly okay. Rachel, perhaps you'd like to tell us a little bit about Tadnishkala. It's something that we've all heard before, and personally, whenever I read it or hear it, it's one of those things that really helps to remind me about just what it is to be the spirit.
It's absolutely so beautiful. It just immediately takes you beyond yourself and beyond your identifications, and the only thing that we need to identify with is our spirit, and saying I am Shiva. Shiva resides in the heart, in the left heart, and he is the spirit. We are the reflection of Lord Shiva, and so this affirmation, this poem affirms, that we are eternal beings as well, and it's really such a beautiful poem. It's hard to back it up with words.
It is, yeah, and it's just like when you peel away all those other identifications, basically, that we have, they're all valid, they're all there. But when you take everything away, what's left is the spirit. So in a way, when we meditate, we're not really imbibing anything. There's nothing you can purchase, for example, because it's all there. And so the Kundalini really just clears stuff away. And
there's no mental ambition, and it takes you to that witness state as well, where when you let go of those identifications, that you can see that life is quite a play, and that you're sort of have a role to play, that you're a participant in this theatre, which is life, but we don't have to get sucked in so much to the dramas. And that's why meditation is such a good flush out every day. And this Kundalini, this is exactly what it does, is that it's purifying, nurturing and comforting energy that we all have within us. And so, and when it strengthens, we just want to feel close to that, and for that to permeate through us and through our everyday life. So yeah.
It's interesting. I see Max is back now. So we've asked the question, Maxine, and then we had to answer it ourselves. So there's some divine justice there, I'm sure. But tell us why you chose that, the Tadniskala, for us to listen to tonight, in your words.
Yeah. Well, the Tadniskala has always been one that I've really enjoyed, and so has Heather, actually, because it really does take you to, and that tells you that this is what we are. We are just the eternal bliss and awareness, and we are the same as Shiva. We are one little shred, one grain of sand in this whole great universe that we are a part of. And it's only through continuing to meditate, and we try to explain things to people. It's only through meditating, and people get their own answers, don't they? And that's what's so amazing about this, is that we don't try and convince people of anything, do we? We just try and show people how to meditate so that they are in contact themselves, their own spirit, their own self is connecting with the divine consciousness. So I guess all the years that I mucked around wanting to heal and help people, in the end, I subtly knew that actually you can only heal yourself. And all we have to do is, that's what is so marvelous about Sahaja Yoga, is that we give people the tools, and then the people can heal themselves. And that's what we all do. And there are so many amazing stories of people who have been healed mentally, physically, emotionally, of all sorts of illnesses, and for others as well. It's just given them that balance in life that enables you to know that this is just a passing thing. As people have often said, this too will pass. So we all get our challenges and we all get our blessings. And one of the sayings they have is, every blessing is a challenge, every challenge is a blessing. I've had a lot of blessings, actually, so I'm always thinking, when's the challenge coming?
That's a good place to get to, isn't it? When every challenge becomes a blessing. Wow. And it's so true. And maybe we should just point out that in the poem there, which is, by the way, many thousands of years old, was composed by great saints from the subcontinent by the name of Adi Shankaracharya. So it's very, very ancient Sanskrit text. I am Shiva, I am Shiva. Each of the chakras that we've been referring to has their qualities, elements associated with them, and also a divine aspect. So this all-pervading power that we're surrounded by, that's reflected in us as the Kundalini, they're all aspects of this great oneness that we are also a part of. And traditionally, there have been specific divine aspects. So, for example, Heather, a week ago, was talking about the bottom chakra, qualities of innocence, and the deity of Sri Ganesha presides over that chakra. So the deity that presides over the spirit and over the heart chakra is Shiva. And you don't really need to know very much about it as such, but as you go along, you'll see that every chakra has a divine aspect. And as we start to know more about the qualities, we imbibe those qualities. So on the one hand, we're saying that we're not this, we're not that, we are the spirit. And we're just demonstrating here that the more you try and talk about it, quite often the further away you get from it. And we're just sort of, I guess, demonstrating that ultimately it's not about what we say, it's about experiencing that silence within, which Rachel and Maxine have both alluded to. And I completely concur with all of that. So perhaps if anybody has anything more to add, then we can do that now. But I know that Maxine has chosen to take us out today. with a sung version of the same poem, the Tad Nishkala. And so we can express ourselves in music as well, in melody, in rhythm, to add to the words. So we're going to do that. I guess before we do so, we can go through the exercise of raising our Kundalini and giving ourselves a bandha. If you're just joining us for the first time, then perhaps I can get Heather. We can see Heather nice and clearly there. So perhaps, Heather, you would like to just take us through the raising of the Kundalini and the giving of the bandhan, which is something, as Maxine pointed out, we do. If we do nothing else, then if we can just do this at some stage during the day, that will help to establish that connection and make us feel our true self, which is the spirit.
Yes. Okay.
So before we do that, just thank you very much to everybody, because we're going to finish up for today and listen to this beautiful poem sung to music. So let's finish by raising our Kundalini and giving ourselves a bandhan. Over to you, Heather.
Okay, so we take our left hand comes straight up, and then the right one winds round. We do it slowly with the tension on both palms of our hands. And as we bring our hands up, we look up and we tie one knot. And we come down and we do the same again. And when we get to the top, we tie 2 knots. And the third time, we tie 3 knots. And the second part is we put our left hand on our lap and bring our right hand over to the left hip. And we take the right hand up very slowly over the top of the head and down to the right hip. Then we come all the way back. And that's 1. We've got to do 7. And as you start to do this part, you'll find your hands, your vibrations are coming over your head, and you're already starting to go into meditation when you do it first up in the morning. And we finish by putting our hands together.
Thank you so much, Heather and Maxine, for the really beautiful program, which has shown us the fundamentals and really given us a deep experience of silence. And thank you, Richard.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Maxine and Heather. And thanks to all of you who have joined us today. And we look forward to joining together again tomorrow.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye.
Stay on.
There's a beautiful saying of Adi Shankaracharya, Tad Nishkala. Mano buddhyaham
चित्तानि नाहं न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायु चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् न च प्राणसंज्ञो न वै पञ्चवायु न वा सप्तधातु न वा पञ्चकोश न वाक्पाणिपादं न चोपस्थपायु चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् न मे द्वेषरागो न मे लोभमोहो मदोर्नैव मे नैव मात्सर्यभावः न धर्मो न चार्थो न कामो न मोक्षः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् न पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखं न मन्त्रो न तीर्थं न वेदा न यज्ञ अहं भोजनं नैव भोज्यं न भोक्ता चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् न मृत्युर्न शङ्का न मे जातिभेदः पिता नैव मे नैव माता न जन्म न बन्धो न मित्रं गुरुर्नैव शिष्यः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् अहं निर्विकल्पः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं 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 शिवोऽहम्.
That's what you are. You are eternal bliss and awareness, consciousness, pure consciousness. I think this must be, everybody must remember by heart and must say in all the ashrams. That's a very good way of remembering what you are. May God bless you.
शिवोऽहं 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 शिवोऽहम् मनोबुद्ध्यहङ्कारचित्तानि नाहं मनोबुद्ध्यहङ्कारचित्तानि नाहं न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायुः न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायुः चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं 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 शिवोऽहम् न च प्राणसंज्ञो न वै पञ्चवायुः न च प्राणसंज्ञो न वै पञ्चवायुः न वा सप्तधातुर्न वा पञ्चकोशः न वा सप्तधातुर्न वा पञ्चकोशः न वाक्पाणिपादं न चोपस्थपायुः न वाक्पाणिपादं न चोपस्थपायुः चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं 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 शिवोऽहम् न मे द्वेषरागौ न मे लोभमोहौ न मे द्वेषरागौ न मे लोभमोहौ मदो नैव मे नैव मात्सर्यभाव मदो नैव मे नैव मात्सर्यभाव न धर्मो न चार्तो न कामो न मोक्ष न धर्मो न चार्तो न कामो न मोक्ष चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं 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 शिवोऽहम् न पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखं न पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखं न मन्त्रो न तीर्थं न वेदा न यज्ञा न मन्त्रो न तीर्थं न वेदा न यज्ञा अहं भोजनं नैव भोज्यं न भोक्ता अहं भोजनं नैव भोज्यं न भोक्ता चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं 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 शिवोऽहम् न मे मृत्युर्न शङ्का न मे जातिभेद न मे मृत्युर्न शङ्का न मे जातिभेद पिता नैव मे नैव माता न जन्म पिता नैव मे नैव माता न जन्म न बन्धुर्न मित्रं गुरुर्नैव शिष्य न बन्धुर्न मित्रं गुरुर्नैव शिष्य चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं 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 शिवोऽहम् अहं निर्विकल्पो निराकाररूपो अहं निर्विकल्पो निराकाररूपो विभुत्वाच सर्वत्र सर्वेन्द्रियाणां विभुत्वाच सर्वत्र सर्वेन्द्रियाणां सदा मे समत्वं न मुक्तिर्न बन्ध सदा मे समत्वं न मुक्तिर्न बन्ध चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं 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 शिवोऽहम्